Okay, hello. I'm going to teach you how to do Chapter 2, page 48, number 5. So the question is, a motorist drives north for 35 minutes at 85 kilometers per hour and then stops for 15 minutes. He then continues north, traveling 130 kilometers in 2 hours. And we have to find A, what is his total displacement, and B, what is his average velocity. So before we can answer any of these questions, we have to draw a diagram. So we have a motorist. Okay, and then we have to read what is given. So he is driving north for 35 minutes at 85 kilometers per hour. Let's assume this way is north. So 35 minutes at 85 kilometers per hour. And then he takes a 15-minute break before traveling again. And he is going for 2 hours, which we can simplify to 120 minutes. And he travels 130 kilometers. So now that we have our diagram, we need to find what is his total displacement. But before we find displacement, we need to understand what displacement is. So displacement is the change in position. So for this problem, it's just from start to finish, the change in position that our motorist makes over his journey. So that's from the start of his journey to the end of his journey. So displacement is basically just the distance formula, which is displacement equals time times the speed. But to start off, we already know the distance for the second leg because they gave it to us, so it's 130 kilometers. And then we have to find the displacement of the first leg of his journey, which would be 35 minutes times 85 kilometers per hour, which we have to simplify to minutes. So 1 hour for 60 minutes. So then these cancel, minutes, hour. So then if you use a calculator, you get 130 kilometers plus 49.58 kilometers, which then simplifies approximately 180 kilometers. Okay, so now for B, I'm going to have to erase what we did. But the displacement still equals 180 kilometers. So for what is his average velocity, what does velocity equal? Velocity is the total displacement over the total time. And so we just found the displacement, which equals 180 kilometers. And then for the time, it has to be the total time of the entire trip, which would be 35 minutes plus 15 minutes plus 120 minutes. Couldn't fit the units in for that one, but it is there. And then that simplifies to 180 kilometers over 170 minutes, which further simplifies 1.058 kilometers per minute. But the book wants the answer in hours, so to simplify it to hours, we multiply 60 minutes over 1 hour, cancel the unit. Okay, so that is 63.48 kilometers per hour. And so that is how you find the displacement of 180 kilometers and the velocity of 63.48 kilometers per hour of our motorist.